about the thing, and I really think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey guys.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, how's class? You had a test, right?
Yeah, I totally bombed it. Like, I went to class every day, I learned everything. I just don't know what happened.
Well, class is important, but sometimes it's just not enough to give us a full understanding, you know?
What do you mean?
Well, we were just talking about this, like learning, how learning works.
What?
Learning has multiple steps.
It's really easy to see these steps when we're in class. The first thing that happens is we take information in through our senses. So whether that's looking at what's written on the board or listening to the professor speak. And then it goes into our working memory, where we think about it for a while and take notes. And finally, it goes into storage memory, where we remember it forever, right?
No, just because you saw it once, it means that you're going to remember it forever. For example, I'm pretty sure you don't remember what you did last week.
No, that's true. If we tried to remember every single detail of our entire lives, our minds would just be overloaded with useless information. The truth is, the brain tries to be very efficient, and it will forget things that it thinks aren't important. If you want something to stick, you're going to have to convince your brain.
But my math class is important.
Well, of course it is. But just because we have a single exposure to something doesn't mean we'll remember it. It's just too easy for our minds to forget.
You see, a single memory just isn't strong enough to last all the way until midterms. The strength of a memory depends on its connections to other memories. So we need to encounter the material multiple times to build a lasting network.
Now, this doesn't mean you should do the same homework problem 5 times. In fact, it's a lot better to get 5 different exposures. So the lecture, the notes, the reading, these are all great places to start.
Every time you recall a memory, you bring it back into working memory, where you have a chance to learn something new about it. And then when it goes back into storage memory, it'll be even stronger than it was before. Now, it's important that we practice recall and not just recognition.
What's the difference then?
Think of it this way. Recalling something is like, draw me a picture of the unit circle. Whereas recognizing something is like, what is this a picture of? Recognizing happens when we see something that we know and we say, oh yeah. Whereas recalling is completely unassisted and you're on your own to actually remember it.
When we study, it's really easy to take our notes out, look them over, and go, oh yeah, I know this, and then put them away. But that just practices recognition. When it comes to the test, we're going to have to recall everything ourselves. So our studying should reflect that.
What can I do instead?
Well, spacing out your study sessions instead of cramming is a good first step. Also, it's important to practice active recall instead of recognition. So you should always challenge yourself to actually remember the information rather than just rereading your notes over and over again.
You can also try using visuals and songs so you can get multiple exposures with multiple formats.
So don't think you're off the hook when lecture ends. The truth is, this is only the first step in actually learning anything.
Learning isn't something that you do just once. It's a continuous process with multiple steps that you have to take on your own. Maybe for you this means extra study time, or maybe it means going to your professor's office hours.
Either way, you always have to give yourself multiple exposures and practice active recall.
Well, guys, this was great, but can we please expose ourselves to some lunch, please?
All right.
Good idea. Don't forget, you can always ask us study-related questions in the LRC or in the comments down below. Guys, wait up!